So this is just a little glimpse of building an exhaust for my E46, modeled after sort of a spec E46 race exhaust, dual merge collector to single. So before we start, let's just take a quick look at some of the tools I use and some things that might come in handy for you if you're looking to do something like this. So I use a Chinese TIG. I paid 200 bucks for this 4 or 5 years ago. Been going good. Paid for itself many times. High frequency start with a foot pedal, but no amperage control through the foot pedal, although I haven't really needed it. Torch is just what it came with, E46 with a gas lens, 1/16 tungsten, TIG finger. Rocking the Canadian version of the Harbor Freight auto darkening. Chop saw. That's what I do most of my cutting on. That's what all the pie cuts and that are on. Make sure you get a good blade. This is a Walter. Makes a huge difference. Especially on the thickness. A lot of the cheaper blades are a little bit thicker. And it's quite a bit extra cutting. Since I tacked some of this on the car with the flux core, and I'm going to be TIGging it, wire wheel, clean her up. So if anybody's looking to build an E46 exhaust, this is roughly what you will need. Right at the top here, my car has headers, so I have two 2-inch exhaust flanges, 2-bolt. I have two 2-inch 18-degree mandrel bends, which is going to make up our merge collector here. We've got a 2-inch to 3-inch transition cone following that. We've got a 45, another 45 as we come back. 18-degree bend here. And muffler, and there's going to be some funky business going on in this area, so it's going to be pie cuts to fit. And then we'll have the muffler coming out the back, dual tip with stock hangers. So since this is just 2-to-1 merge collector, it's quite easy to build. Two 18-degree mandrel bends. Cut this flat here on a chop saw is what I used. Weld them together, and then cut along this line here. And you'll end up with roughly 2-inch diameter, which is what the diameter of these is. And that's where you will weld on your transition cone. This is ER70S2, and that's what I'll be using on this. And anything where I'm going from the mild steel to stainless steel, use 309 filler. Now if it's your first time doing a Y-pipe like it was mine, it may seem like it's going to be quite difficult to weld up finally. But just make sure your fit up's spot on, everything's clean, and just go slowly and it should work out fine. Didn't do any shots when I was doing the Y-pipe. So what I did is basically just rig the piece of pipe up in there on my chop saw and cut it like that. I just had it hose clamped down and worked good. I got a portaband now though, so that's what we'll be using from now on. So this is the front section, just about welded up. Rest of it's tacked. It's critical you have your flanges oriented in the same plane also, otherwise you're just going to have sealing problems. So I was having a bit of trouble fitting the exhaust in there with the bends I had, so pie cuts it is. Going for 30 degrees, just because it's near the end, it's not going to impact flow that much. And it's not a high performance car to begin with. So as you can see, they are covered in slag in that. You're going to clean this off, bevel this. As you can see, I have a bit of a bevel on this. This is aluminized steel pipe also, so you're going to want to clean the aluminizing off if you're TIGging it. MIG will probably just burn through it fine. So this is 16 gauge. I was welding this at about 35-40 amps. So here we are, everything all tacked up on the car. Now I'm just going to wire wheel everything, clean everything up, grind out the flux core and weld it up. And here we have the whole thing welded up with hangers, and everything that was mild steel is coated with ceramic coat. So we're just going to throw this on the car and we will see how it sounds. Since this car had headers, everything I read was saying it was going to be unbearably loud, but honestly I'm completely surprised how quiet it is since it's essentially a 3-inch straight pipe.